Salam Rasulullah. Peace and blessings to all the saints. Peace and blessings to all the people of Israel. Peace and blessings to all the people of the truth of Christ, okay? Uh, my insights, yeah, I just heard a lawyer speaking about it. When they kicked the dad out of the press conference, big mistake. The dad is trying to pray with your family and y'all kick him out. Y'all acting really aggressive. And I'm referencing the Carmelo Anthony case, of course. The dad tried to reconcile with the family and they kick him out. They call the police and get him removed. And I'm looking at the comments and people are saying, oh, well, he didn't have to shed blood to leave. He didn't fight and become violent to leave. Things of that nature shows that you're not trying to reconcile and make peace, you know. Like, it seems as though the parents of Carmelo Anthony, and they should have gave some blood money too. They got 500 bands, 500 racks. You should have gave, at least pay for the funeral, or, you know, give the dad something. That, you know, it's blood money. Your son took their son's life. You know what I'm saying? That would have lessened the blow. I know money is not the solve of anything, you know, doesn't solve everything, but that would have softened the blow, right? But what I'm saying is the parents of Carmelo Anthony made a grave mistake by not trying to reconcile with the dad. And the lawyer said that. The lawyer was talking about how they didn't give any money from, you know, the donations that they got to the family, the Metcalf family. And that's something they probably should have done. As you can see on the image that I'm using, it's a lot of violence. People are just shooting people all the time. People unaliving people all the time. It's so unfortunate that people are so violent to one another. People, the first resort is violence, unaliving and fighting. It's unfortunate. And I don't want to be a negative Nancy or a Debbie Downer or somebody who's like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Because there is a lot of positivity and beauty in the world. But the issue is we have to come together to make it beautiful. We can't allow our emotions or illogical thoughts to cause us to try to impose our will with physical violence, you know? It's interesting in New York State, right? You're not allowed to hit a child with a belt anymore, right? You're not allowed to hit your child, or if you're a guardian, you're not allowed to hit that child with the belt. Yet we live in a country where, you know, they'll send billions of dollars to unalive babies. So in your own home, your domicile, your residence, you cannot physically you cannot use physical means or corporal punishment to discipline a child. These same people were, you know, disregarding the privacy of your home and how you interact with your children, right? And they'll go to a foreign nation and drop bombs on them. I just find that interesting. Like, the hypocrisy of the government is something that is so apparent to me now. The hypocrisy of many people, actually. A lot of people are hypocrites, you know? Like the black Christians who are bugging out in the streets about the Carmelo Anthony thing. I guarantee you many of them would profess to be Christians. So where's the turn the other cheek in that scenario? If you get pushed and shoved, aren't you supposed to give the other shoulder or the other cheek? You don't go and just stab somebody, right? I don't think Jesus said that. If you get pushed, you stab. I don't remember that. He did say to sell some of your cloaks and clothes and get some swords, though. So, hey, there's a way to interpret everything. For anybody can interpret anything the way they want, you know. And I'm realizing that's what people are doing. These are just some things I'm meditating on. I'm really sticking on that, going live every day. What's another thing I've been thinking about? I've just been thinking about life, thinking about love. As you may know, I'm having another baby, God willing, inshallah. Oh, I got a lot of backlash because of a video I posted earlier, right, about the whole Carmelo Anthony thing, in my opinion. In my opinion, if anything, he should get manslaughter. The problem is, why are you going to a track meet with a knife? But like I said, I used to travel with a a box cutter. And that's like protection. So nobody could try you or test you or, have dominance over you. But when you're in a situation where it's better to walk away than take a life, like if I have the option of walking away or taking a life, I think the principle there is to walk away. It may hurt your ego for 30 seconds, but you won't be doing 30 years. And anybody who's angry and doesn't understand that logic, I think they're a fool. I think they're foolish. To protest and fight and get angry over, like, this is not something to get angry over. Now, I can see if you gave a lot of money to the Carmelo Anthony family, and I'm hearing that the mom got, I'm not even gonna say it. I don't know. I heard weird stuff that she did with the money. I don't know if it's true. I'm not gonna say what I don't know or do. Like, I'm not gonna lie and make stuff up. But I heard she was doing funny business with the money. No problem. But like I said, that money should have been used as blood money to give to the father, the Metcalf father. But people were bugging out on the post, especially on Facebook. On Facebook, I got more interactions than YouTube or TikTok for some reason. It seems like Facebook is more liberal as it used to be, especially because you got like people posting corn right on the Facebook, right? But whatever. But with the Facebook, the post, people were saying, oh, YT people, Caucasian people are not more violent than blacks. And I'm like, bruh, if you look at the history of civilization, black people didn't go around the world conquering and trying to control all peoples. Like, capitalism, Christianity go hand in hand, right? In my opinion, these people try to spread the message of Jesus Christ the way they interpreted it, and they went throughout the whole world trying to proselytize and get people to become Christian. And one of the Christian ideals is to work, make money, provide for your family, provide for the commune, the community, and there's blessings that are derived from that. But the twisted Christianity is to exploit the indigenous peoples of other nations or of other civilizations, get their resources, and make them a lower class people. And this is something that YT people have been doing for hundreds of years. I don't know of any historical figure that in Africa who went across the globe and conquered it. I don't know of any Asian beside Genghis Khan that tried to, conquer the globe. The people that try to conquer the globe are Alexander the Great, Mede, Persia, right? Medes. Okay, all right. Some people say he was Caucasian. No. Who's another conqueror? The H-man with the mustache. He tried to conquer the world. Like, just even United States imperialism. United States is trying to conquer the world. If you're a Muslim nation, and we know that's because of Judeo-Christian, Israeli, Zionist type of influence. But if you're from a Muslim nation or another nation that is a communist, America's going to try to dominate you and subjugate you. That's what it is. Like, YT people actually literally went to other nations and put smallpox on like handkerchiefs and put them in indigenous people's face, man. Like, I know the indigenous pagans would eat each other and sacrifice their children and stuff. So I'm not a grifter or someone who's like, black power, yeah, like black people could do no wrong. But I'm also not gonna be blind to what people are doing. I think in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, hukmah bina da'at, we have to be objective and see things righteously. God calls us to judge righteously. Carmelo Anthony stabbing the dude in the chest is not righteous. That's wrong. In high school, we used to have a game where people would get up in your face and be like, oh, what you gonna do? Like, they would mush you and stuff. If I went to an opposite school, my rival high school, I go to my rival high school and it's raining outside on the track meet and I go under their thing, like, I might squabble up. I might get jumped and beat up, but I'm not thinking about stabbing somebody. That's not even the thought process. Even if I got the box cutter, I know it's easy to be like, oh, I wouldn't do that, but I was 17 before. I am black. Like I understand how people think. I can empathize. I can empathize. I can feel what's going on. I can meditate and think about it. But what would I do in the exact scenario? Well, I'm 6'1" myself, so if someone 6'6" came up on me and said, "Yo, get up," I'm like, "Nah, man, stop trying to play me, man." And he's touching me and stuff. I'm like, "Yo, bro, stop touching me, bro." I was like, "Nah, what are you gonna do about it?" Beep, snuff. I can snuff you because you're putting your hand on me. That's appropriate self-defense. Now, if they start to jump you, now that's a different story. Now, he didn't even go on the stand to say what he felt. He didn't even go on the stand to say what he felt, because I personally feel like he would have been like, "Oh, he was trying to disrespect me. That's why I did that." And it was already, it would have been over if you say something like that. So it's better to just, like, that's how I feel about it. I could be completely wrong, and I'm willing to admit that I can be completely wrong. But from what I see and what I'm understanding, that's my opinion. And with me, you're always gonna get my real opinion. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna grift. I'm not gonna tell you, "Oh yeah, uh, go get my course online," and just like, this community I want to create is like-minded individuals who are open-minded individuals who have a strong heart, who are strong in discipline. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people that are Christ-minded. Uh, I'm looking for people that are conscious of God, conscious of themselves. I'm looking for people that are goal-oriented and ambitious and wanted to create a vision of change. Okay, where we're all kings and priests of the Most High. You know, so that's why I'm going live and doing these things, and I will continue to do so as long as God gives me breath and power and light and love. I will continue to do so, and I pray you do so. I'm gonna start posting some more gym content, inshallah, mashallah, God willing, God has willed it. And the positive message that I can get from this, in doing more research on this subject, is that we have to really meditate on our time. I'm 34 years old now. That young man got sentenced to 35 years. Like he got sentenced to double his actual lifespan. And I'm thinking back to the 34 years of life, like, you know, crawling, walking, crushes, first girlfriend, first experience being with a girl, first experience knowing a woman, first experience playing basketball, like my vitality of my youth. It's unfortunate that this young man, in a moment of egotism, anger, and what he might have felt like a slight or disrespect, went and stabbed another young man in the heart, in the chest, because he told him to get up, move, get out of here, get out of here. If it's really that serious and it's raining hard as heck and there's no other tent, I might have to fight you because I have a personal right to not get wet. Like, it may be a different team, but please don't touch me. It's my personal space. Please, you know what I mean? Now we can fight. But to preserve your peace, sometimes it's best to walk away, man. And that's what I'm really learning at, and that's the positive. Like, even going on TikTok lives or speaking to other people about spirituality, religion, or differing opinions, politics. Like, when you see someone's irate and someone is literally a bug out, when you see someone's a bug out, you just gotta leave them alone sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta be able to tell the signs. And I'm blessed to be from New York, so I've been on the train, you know, riding the train, seeing homeless people that are bug outs, people that have like just an odd look in their eyes. I think some people call it the fluoride brain, right? But those are the guys that they'll sit on the train, blast their music on a speaker. Why would you be the guy to be like, turn it down? They're gonna try to fight you. Like, they are not, like, some people are not there. A lot of people in society, you see an average Joe walking down the street, and an average Karen or an average Shaniqua, whatever you want to call it, an average person. A lot of people ain't right in their head, man. A lot of people, the value of life to them is nothing. A lot of people don't care or have any empathy. It says that in the last days, the hearts will grow cold. And then when stuff really hits the fan, when the consequence actually happens, some people's like, oh no, I need to logic this out. I need a reason that people might accept so I don't get in trouble. That's why someone like Nature Boy, just to go back to yesterday, that's why someone like him is so dangerous to society, because he doesn't care about your woman. He doesn't care about your wife. And some people be like, oh, it's white supremacy. They're scared of their daughters. They're scared for their daughters. Yeah, maybe. They don't want some strong black dude trying to be like an emperor or whatever, even though he didn't have the kingdom at all, whatever. But they don't want some guy who doesn't respect the bounds of others because of their own ego. Like, in society, there's certain times where you have to subjugate yourself. You have to subjugate your ego. It's not always going to be, unalive or be unalived in certain situations. Just because someone steps up to you and speaks to you in a derogatory term or calls you the N-word doesn't mean you get to blast them. And these are the type of things that I think that young men need to be to understand. And I've been there. Like, I've grown up and seen certain things in certain situations to get an understanding and knowledge and some wisdom. Sometimes you just got to take that L. You're gonna get that little butterflies in your stomach, like you embarrassed a little bit, but you live to fight another day. Okay, live to fight another day, and in that way, you'll be able to get 1% better each and every day. That's what I really think turn the other cheek means. You get slighted, your ego gets a little hurt. You're like, all right, whatever. You want me to get up? I'll get up. There's more of you than there is me. You guys can jump me and beat me up. I'm a track runner. It's raining. F it. I'll go to my coach. Tell my coach, like, oh, the team over there not letting me sit over there. It's raining like hell. Then an adult will come and be like, yo, let him sit, or like, you guys got to do something. He'd be going to college right now. He'd be in college. I don't understand why black leaders are trying to make this more than what it really is. And that's not righteous. That's not righteous. Upon doing more research, like, that's not righteous at all. Like the locker room banter, like the little fighting, like that stuff happens. That type of stuff happens. So maintain your peace, live to fight another day, subjugate your ego. If you feel disrespected, don't go stabbing people in the chest. Live to fight another day. Walk away. All right. That's the insights I got from the whole Carmelo Anthony case. People are just too violent nowadays, man. But it's just a tragedy all over, man. Because now he has to spend 17 years in prison. He's going to be thinking about that day for the rest of his life, man. Like, oh, man. Maybe I should have just left, bro. It is what it is. It's going to be what's going to be. Peace.